Our last example here for graphing lines is a problem that involves an equation that's a little bit more complicated. The numbers are a little bit bigger, and so this time I'm going to leverage the idea of picking nice things for x and y. And so a very nice thing that you can pick in an equation is x equals 0 or y equals 0. So there's my graph, and now I'm going to decide to make x be 0. And of course what that's going to do in my equation here is it's going to completely zero out that term, so that we're now just going to have an equation that has just y in it. Negative 4y equals 20, and we can solve that equation pretty easily. Divide both sides by negative 4. So 20 divided by negative 4 will be negative 5. And so we get our first point, 0, negative 5. Now I'm going to use the same idea again, this time picking 0 for y. So I'm going to zero the y term completely out. I'm going to zero the y term completely out, so that now I have an equation with just x in it. Now that does come at a little bit of a cost, because as I approach the equation 16x equals 20, I would say divide both sides by 16. But unfortunately 20 divided by 16 doesn't come out evenly. That gives me a fractional answer, which I could write as 1 1/4. Now graphing by hand, that's really not a problem. But graphing on MyMathLab, that could be a little bit of a problem depending on the problem you're given. So there is a way to handle that on MyMathLab, and that is, if you make sure your graph is zoomed out enough, then you can do a thing called edit coordinates. So you can just click any point on the graph, and then you can actually click on the point once you have your line there, and you can change the coordinates. And so you can use edit coordinates to enter in the fraction 5/4 for that x-intercept if you're not able to graph it exactly on the line that's given to you. Okay, so here we're going to plot our 2 points, 0, negative 5, that's just down, negative 5, 1 1/4. So I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to move a little bit past 1 and get my point there. Okay. And then at this point, once we have our 2 points, everything's now the same problem as before. Draw the line passing through our 2 points. And now we have our graph. So again, on MyMathLab, if you're dealing with a fractional value, you can actually just click any 2 points to make a line, and then you can click on the points, and if you're zoomed far enough out on the graph, you should be able to edit coordinates so that you can then just type in the x and y coordinate for your point, and that's really useful when you have a fraction value like this.